got some fresh new young talent.
Listen.
You've probably heard that Coca-Cola used to have real cocaine in it. And with its sweetness and caffeine, it can feel so addictive that if I told you it still has cocaine in it, you'd probably say,
I knew something was up.
the Coca Leaf is still in there. And Coca-Cola even has a special deal with the DEA to import coca leaves from Peru. Minus the cocaine, of course. But do you know that before Coca-Cola became the undisputed #1 soda, it started as a cheap knockoff cooked up in a pharmacist's backyard? With such humble beginnings, how did Coca-Cola become the most popular beverage in the world? And what does it have to do with snake oil salesmen? Prohibition. War. And has Coke's secret recipe been discovered? Grab a cold one and get ready. If you think you know everything there is to know about Coke, we may surprise you. This is Coca-Cola. The year was 1886. Door-to-door salesmen were selling questionable health tonics and making money doing it. Supposedly, these sketchy remedies fixed everything from kidney stones to toothaches.
Shut up and take my money!
The secret to their popularity was that most of their tonics were spiked with drugs and alcohol. So you still had that toothache, but you were too drunk and stoned to care. Enter John Pemberton, a down-on-his-luck pharmacist who saw an opportunity to get into the snake oil game.
This is art!
Pemberton concocted the first version of Coca-Cola in his backyard in Atlanta. He sold it as a medicine that cured fatigue, headaches, and upset stomachs. His secret ingredients? Wine, opium, and cocaine. Well, that'll do it. Coca came from an extract from the coca leaf, which is also the source of cocaine. And cola came from the cola nut, which is high in caffeine. Though its future catchy name was right in front of him, Pemberton called his new concoction Pemberton's French Wine Coca. Yeah, that doesn't quite have the same ring. But it was just a copycat of another tonic called Van Mariani. Pemberton's bookkeeper invented the now famous name, and the drink's popularity at local soda fountains soon drew the attention of another local druggist. Fighter pilot, businessman, and prescriptionist Asa Griggs Candler bought Coca-Cola in 1891 and slowly weaned out all the illegal substances. And what he replaced those substances with remains a mystery to this day. Legend has it that Candler was paranoid that someone would steal his top-secret recipe.
Crazy, paranoid, impotent?
He checked the invoices and removed any mention of the ingredients. But more on this later. We do know that cocaine stayed in the recipe until 1929. But as Prohibition reached its peak, Candler had no choice but to get rid of the drug completely.
Well, that's the end of me.
You might think removing one of the world's most addictive substances from your soda would hurt sales. But thanks to clever marketing, Coca-Cola was rebranded as an alternative to booze. Instead of drinking hard alcohol, try this soft drink. And that's why we call soda pop soft drinks. How about that? Marketing propelled Coca-Cola through the next century. In 1931, the company introduced Santa Claus as its first mascot. In World War II, Coke was marketed as a patriotic brand and made available to the U.S. fighting troops. Speaking of war, have you heard of the Cola Wars? In 1975, Coke sales were crushing Pepsi. But Pepsi battled back and created the Pepsi Challenge. Consumers were given a blind taste test and drank Coke and Pepsi. And they seemed to prefer Pepsi's sweeter taste.
Oh yeah, it's easy.
It was the biggest upset in soda history. By the 1980s, Coke and Pepsi were in an all-out marketing war. Coca-Cola changed its recipe and made its drink sweeter.
Sweeter, bolder, better.
But Coke fans were furious. They went nuts and demanded that the original recipe be brought back. That mistake worked in Coke's favor. The triumphant return of the original recipe put Coca-Cola back on top. But opportunistic marketing isn't the only secret to Coke's success. The real secret is keeping secrets. The key to Coca-Cola's one-of-a-kind taste is a secret formula known only as Merchandise 7X. Very mysterious. Some people claim that the formula is written down and secured in a bank vault. Coca-Cola officials claim that only 2 people on Earth at any given time know the secret formula. And rumor has it that they aren't allowed to travel on the same plane in case it crashes and the secret is lost forever. These urban legends have only boosted sales. In 2011, National Public Radio in the US announced that it had found a newspaper column listing the original secret recipe for Coca-Cola. NPR read the recipe on its 500-plus radio stations. It even had companies in Seattle, Washington, and California make a batch of the cola. Coca-Cola denied that the recipe was authentic, but what do you think? Tell us in the comments. Even if someone does figure out the recipe, Coca-Cola's legacy can never be duplicated. If you're in the mood for more mystery, do you know Canada has a secret vault full of maple syrup? It's up next on Origins of Food.